Seriousness now, I hope you enjoyed that little skit, but I wanted to go through why I got the Power Rotary Scissor for my lawn. As y'all know, the last few weeks I started reel mowing, and one of the things that I noticed is that with the string trimmer, when you string trim, and I didn't notice this very much with the rotary mower, but it kind of whacks the top of the grass off, and what happens is it leaves a little bit of a whiteness to it after a day or so, and the string trimmer is basically because it's just doing the same thing as what the rotary mower is. With the reel mower, it basically cuts like scissors, and that's what this is going to be doing around the edge of my lawn. So a couple things to keep in mind. This is not a cheap product. It is kind of expensive. For about the cost of a very cheap mower is what this is going to cost you. I mean, it cost me about $300. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can get yours. I'm not being paid by this company. I just have seen this and I think it's a good product, and I'm going to give it a shot, and I'll give you guys an honest review about whether I think it's really worth it or not over the next few weeks as I use it. The other thing is it basically installs onto your end of your string trimmer. Now, I have a string trimmer, but I decided to go ahead and buy me a new one for my Echo. And the reason why I did that was, I mean, for most people, it's going to be okay to just go ahead and take your Echo or whatever product you have, and it actually has these universal joints that you can actually use it for different products or for different brands. But the reason why I made a decision to actually buy a whole new arm was because I can see the need for me to use the string trimmer at some point. And obviously it's a mechanical fastener. It's not going to be something that's going to be easy for me to switch out. So I wanted to make sure that I still had the string trimmer. So in my instance, there are some areas, especially around my patio, on the back and on the side, there's a lot of corners. Well, this is round. It's not going to go into the corner to be able to cut very well. So I figured that the string trimmer is something that I definitely need to keep. I won't use it as much, hopefully, but it is something that I think is useful to have. And I will continue to do the edging along the sidewalk with my edger, because I do think that that's just a clean, easy way to take care of all that. So with that, I'm going to run through the installation of how this works. How does it all come apart? How does it go on? And then we'll do a quick demo. Today, I'm probably not going to give you a full review of this, because obviously it's going to take time for me to get used to it and for me to use it and see how it works overall. But for now, I'll give you an initial review once I get it installed and actually get to use it today or tomorrow, because the weather looks awesome. Not really. Over time, I'll give you more of a comprehensive review on whether I think it's something that you want to use long-term for your lawn. So with that, why don't we get started on the installation process, and we'll go from there. All right, well, let's start. Yes, I'm an old guy, which means I need glasses. So we want to remove the trimmer head off of here. I'll take this whole, oh, there we go. And I kind of wish that I could keep this guard, but the guard is molded for the head. And now that I'm thinking about it, I actually have a brand new head for my actual trimmer. Pretty cool. This needs to be able to go into that fitting right there. So it actually comes with sleeves that will work for each one of your different manufacturers. So let's figure that one out now. Because the Echo is square, that's the one. So the Echo is square. All right, so I have the square spline. That needs to go all the way in there, which is why I wanted my needle nose to try and get it all the way down into the gearbox. And it's got little teeth, and it's got to go in there. So that just popped right in. I don't think there's anything else that needs to go in place. And then this piece, and obviously you've got a hole here because you've got the little ring here that needs to go in its place. So we need to make sure that that's in there on the right side. So it's kind of cool because it has the hole for this tightening screw, but then it's also got a little guide here. If you can see that, you can kind of see the end of it. That needs to slide right through this piece. So you got the hole in the right direction. Slide that down in there. And it was very clear that you make sure that you clear it so that it's flush there. Insert it all the way in. And now all I have to do is tighten this piece and tighten this clamp back here, because what that's going to do is hold it all in place. And I think that's pretty much all of it. So to give you a little bit of a view of what this looks like, obviously they send it to you very protected with this, but these are basically little, they're literally scissors. I'm not even going to stick my finger in there. From what I was reading on the instructions is you can take this whole thing apart and actually replace the blade when it gets worn out. But for the amount of money that you spend on these things, I'm hoping that that's not going to happen anytime soon. So that's pretty much it. That's the whole installation of this thing. I will take this outside and test it here in a little bit before it starts raining, I think, and make sure it works properly. Not a difficult installation. If I can do this, then pretty much anybody can. Let's give it a shot. Everybody, well, that was the first ride of the rotary scissors. I will say that I really liked it so far. I mean, it cuts really nice. The one thing that my wife kept reminding me as she was filming is that I need to use it like the scissors and more like a mower and not weed eater. So you need to keep in mind that the angle of cut needs to be flat, or else you're going to start digging into the grass. But it does do a very nice clean cut, so that's pretty exciting. The other thing to keep in mind is that the sound on there is very loud. So on top of the weed eater noise or the machine noise, you've also got the scissors that are spinning. It's kind of a high-pitched noise, so you're gonna wanna wear ear protection for sure. I mean, I'm really bad about doing it, but you should do that anyway when you're working around heavy machinery or even loud machinery like a mower or a weed eater or something like that. Preliminary review of it is that, I mean, I love it, obviously, but we'll give it a few tries, and then I'll come back in a few videos and maybe talk about it and give you like a better thought on it. Again, I'm not getting paid for this. I just want to make sure that I have the best quality of cut that I can possibly have, and hopefully help you guys make a decent decision on what you want to do. That's pretty much all I've got. We'll come back to some other projects that I've got going on this weekend. For now, if you like this video, like every other video, if you like it, then go ahead and like it. And if you like the content I'm putting out there, then please subscribe. And if you want to be notified of future videos, don't forget to hit that bell and you'll be notified of future videos. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll talk to you on the next one.